Hi, my name is Jeff. I'm a wizard. Welcome to my channel. I want to do a pick a card with the subject vampires. How to deal with them, how to be a better vampire. I don't know. It could be anything. This was requested and I thought it was a nice idea. And then I put out the cards last week during the full moon, and then I procrastinated for a week. I watched the show Under the Queen's Umbrella. Amazing show. Binged all of that. Then I made a fan just because I could. I'll show you. Because I felt I needed one watching the show. So yeah.
Disguises?
I did that, and then I just waited a couple more days. So here we are. Let's do this card reading. These are the 5 piles to choose from. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Choose the one that stands out to you. Go to the timestamps in the description box, and in the comment section, click on the blue link that is next to the pile that you chose, and then I will see you there. Right? All right. Let's no longer procrastinate and just begin this reading. Group number 1. 2, 1, 3, 2. Hello, group number 1. Sorry, I'm wearing this because I put it on because it's cold, and then I didn't take it off. That's how that goes. Okay, let's look at your cards. I mixed like 4 decks together. So we're gonna have another card here. Let's see. Vampire stuff. I got first this moon card. Step out of your comfort node. Upside down. Can't show it because of the shine. North nodes. Upside down. Then I have Temperance. A card also upside down. Lady of the Fish. Upside down. I have the Queen of Cups from my Red Sonja deck. And then I have Lerai. I don't know how to pronounce that. 9 of Swords. This card with the bow. Causes great battles and wars, causes wounds to putrefy. Okay, what the hell is this about? Step out of your comfort zone. North node. Okay. I think really simple message here. It is saying that, look, if somebody makes you feel uncomfortable, if it feels bad, if you feel uncomfortable, if somebody makes you feel uneasy or put on the spot, or something like that, then don't deal with it. Don't put up with that. Okay? So if people are making you feel uncomfortable, if you feel uneasy around people, don't give that too much more time. Don't let that go on. Speak, own your emotions. Speak your emotions. Somebody makes you feel uncomfortable, just say like, "Hey, I feel uncomfortable," or "I want to go," or "I don't want to do this anymore." Really easy. Okay, like I'm just seeing this like I shoot his arrow, and then speak up. Say your causes great battles and wars, causes wounds to putrefy. Like it's saying both take up, like don't be afraid to confront people with that, or don't be afraid to speak up about this. Don't be afraid to be causing strife, very easy. If you feel bad, if somebody makes you feel uncomfortable, don't put up with it too long. Speak your mind, and don't be afraid for don't be afraid for a fight or an uncomfortable situation. And I think you are. I think you kind of dread drama, or that you're going to be in an argument, or that it's going to be unpleasant or something like that. I think you're afraid of that. But this is saying don't, because somebody's already making you feel uncomfortable and uneasy, and then you are afraid to make the other person feel uncomfortable or something, right? I don't know if it's that, or maybe you're just afraid for conflict or confrontation, or sometimes, and there are some people I have this where I don't speak up, or where I would let them just go on, or where I would just not bother because it's like you know that they will cause a scene or something, or you know that it's going to be a big to-do, or you know it's going to be a back and forth with this sort of person. So you kind of just let it be because you don't want the hassle, you don't want the whole drama. But then they kind of like holding you hostage, because then you're just kind of letting them go on because you're afraid of their whole drama or their whole blah blah blah, you know. But why are you putting up with these people? That's this person. That's the whole point here. Don't put up with this. These cards are not saying like go into the argument. Let's say you have a person and you're saying like, hey, actually, you're making me feel uneasy. I want to go, or whatever. I don't want to have contact with you anymore. And then this person will get you into an argument or cause a whole scene. Don't react to that. You've spoken your mind. You've said what you wanted. You've said like, this is how I feel, or this is what I want, or this is what I don't want. Don't argue about that. Don't let somebody then argue with your emotions, because you know I feel uncomfortable, blah blah blah, and then they're going to like argue about no. I feel how I feel. Don't tell me how to feel. You know, like this is what it is, or like I don't like your behavior. Period. Then don't go into an argument about it. Say what you have to say. Say how you feel, and just speak up. Just speak up. Don't let it fester. Don't let it go on too long. I feel like there's this sub-layer that I still want to go into, but I'm not going to go into it. But you know what I mean. Like, don't be afraid, because that's how some vampires or some like energy drainers act. They're like sucking up the room, and then you're afraid to go into an argument because you know it's going to be. They're going to have a lot to say, or you're afraid that you're going to make it worse. Or let's say there's an annoying person, and you, instead of like saying like, hey, I want you to leave, you're just waiting for them to leave because you're thinking like, oh, probably that's less energy and shorter than if I go into the argument, and then they're going to make a whole to-do about this, and then it's going to drag on. But don't let people do that to you. It's like, own your space, own your... Yeah. Okay, that's it. Yeah, group one. That was it. That's the message. Don't put up with that stuff. Okay, thank you for listening. And then we'll go to group two. I need my glasses. Un momentito. All right. Group two. Let's go into this. Mixed up 4 decks. Okay. First card is your moon card. Emotions are running high. Emotions are running high. Super moon. Then I have the Knight of Wands. Guy on a bird. This was upside down. Then I have Page of Pentacles from the red Sonja deck. Also upside down. And I have here the World. Vapula. Makes one skilled in labor and crafts. Increases knowledge and philosophy in science. The World, also upside down. Emotions are running high. Okay, I'm gonna talk out loud. I see like sort of the world here and the continents. And then the Knight of Wands upside down, Page of Pentacles upside down, and the World. Whew. It's weird because I'm almost getting the same message as group number one. It's like, don't invest in things that make you feel emotional or something. Or why am I seeing the World here? Because the World is upside down here. The World upside down is saying no communication, no contact. Page of Pentacles is saying not putting in the first steps. Knight of Wands is no commitment, maybe, or no romance. So I'm getting player energy. Of course. Knight of Wands upside down. It's player. It's a player. It's a player. So somebody who's not investing, somebody who just keeps dragging you on. They're running all over the world. So players. This is about a player. So somebody who shows you great passion and causes great emotions with you or something, but then doesn't commit, then ghosts, or doesn't call you again, or just seems to not be seems to be out of reach. And some people, it's something that you feel. It's like, oh, I really like this person, and I really think they like me, because when you're having sex and stuff, it feels amazing. And that's usually like kind of a sign when you're dealing with a player or somebody, like a vampire, when you meet them and it's super intense, and you like see them across from a room or the floor, and you're like, ooh, I feel the tension, and the sex is amazing, and it's almost like, oh, this is what I want feeling. And then you also have the feeling after that of like, you're afraid to push, you're afraid to come on too strong, you're afraid to like them too much, because you instinctively feel that there's this line that you can't cross. Like if I cross this line, this person is going to disappear. And usually that's what they do. When you say like, oh, I like you, I wish we could meet more, then they're like, oh, I don't need this drama. Or they're like, I don't know, they give all kinds of bullshit excuses to them not to it's like they become angry at you for wanting more from them. That's a good one. Let's repeat that. It's almost like they become angry at you or annoyed at you for wanting more. And you kind of feel that. It's like this thing where it's like, should I text him again or not? You're afraid to ask for more. You're afraid to ask for more. And that's kind of what they do with you. It's like they're there in that passion moment, and it's amazing, and then they're gone, and they're just going to other people, They're done with you. So there's no connection, and it seems like there's a connection. Yeah, that's the group 2 here. What can I say about this? Like, I don't know. It's like, I think you just need to know that feeling. You just need to remember that first of all, when you meet somebody and it's like consuming almost so that good and amazing, and then that feeling of like you're afraid to come too close to this person, or you feel like you have to almost play a strategy game, or playing chess, you like saying hey but not too much, and they'll answer you 3 days later, and I don't know, all this kind of stuff. That's the signs of a player, vampire, whatever stuff. And I feel it's it's a weird thing, because these people are probably dealing with their own issues, involving commitment and stuff, and that's the weird thing. They're not completely insincere when you have them, when you're at that nice moment. They're not insincere. They're there. They're like loving it, and afterwards it's like they change into another person, like very Jekyll and Hyde or something, they wander into your room once every blue moon, and then you don't see them again for months. It's like that. And I think also they thrive on that. It's an ego thing, maybe. It's like they like that lust, and that like you want them so much. They like that boost of confidence. and then they're done with you. And I really think, and I'm afraid as well, because I think I had this to an extent, or maybe still do, I don't know. It's that from their side, from their point of view, it's like they want it as well. They want it so much, and then when they had it, they don't want it anymore. You know, and that's how it sincerely feels for them. It's like, oh yeah, I want it. It's amazing, and then they had it, then they come, you know, they orgasm, and then they don't want it anymore. It's like they're not interested anymore. You know, and that's their issue. That's their issue, and you shouldn't take that personally. That's the important part here. You shouldn't be thinking, did I do something wrong? Did I come on too strong? Was I not cool? Because that's what they put that out on you. It's like, oh, you want more from me? Get away from me. Then they make you feel like stupid and punished. It's almost like they punish you for wanting more. You know, I feel like I'm saying too much. That's the realm we're in. We could go a lot. We could talk a lot about this. But yeah, players, beware of the player. Don't get played, or just, you know, like, don't let them drive you crazy about it too much. You know, just recognize it, and then it's like, okay, like, we're dealing with that kind of problematic person. Don't take it personally. It is what it is. It's not your fault. It's not your problem. You can't fix them. You're not stupid for wanting more, or you're not stupid for desiring it or for wanting it. It's very complicated. So like give yourself a break here. It's very, it's still I feel like I'm saying too much. I'm saying too much. It's another subject. It's enough. Group 2, thank you for listening. And be safe. I want to say wear a condom. I hate that advice. I barely listen to it myself. But yeah, I don't know. Put a rubber on it, really. Thank you, Group 2. Group 3. Hey, Group 3. These are your cards. I mixed 4 decks together. Ooh. Whoa. Something is cool about these cards. So your first card is here, like your moon card. It says look at the bigger picture. You know, if you can see that, there's this crossbow here, or this bow. Full moon in Sagittarius. Look at the bigger picture. What are we talking about? Oh yeah, vampires. Red moon. Then I have the 6 of Wands. Somebody on a turtle. With a plant. With a potted plant. Victory. Then I have the High Priestess. This card is just like screaming something powerful to me, or something special. High Priestess. 2. And what I got here? 7 of Pentacles upside down. With this raven on a pot. Like upside. What is the name? Naberius. Naberius. Makes me think of nefarious. What is all this about? Look at the bigger picture. I don't know. Like the first 2 cards are kind of, it's almost the story of be patient. You're getting there, but slowly, you know, like it's fine. There's victory, but it's slow coming. It's growing. So like keep your aim on the prize, like keep looking in the distance. Don't be too narrow-minded here, or you know, like you're getting where you need to go, but slowly. And the High Priestess is just use your instinct. You don't know how it's gonna come, but it's coming. And then the 7 of Pentacles telling you like you're, for some reason you're not, you feel lack. You feel like it's not coming. Like you don't see it or something. You don't see it, but you feel it. We're talking about vampires. Oh, okay. So group 3, this is more like advice like how to be a vampire, or maybe how to, group 3. I think group 3 is for the people who are healing from this, who recognize these patterns in themselves, who have, emotional trauma issues from the past, and have seen that you've seen that you have unhealthy patterns, unhealthy mechanisms. You're a vampire. Let's just put it that way. And you're trying to heal from that. And I think you've been going at that for a long time. And sometimes it just really feels like you're still, you're getting confronted sometimes with you're the bad guy, or you don't. The whole loving thing and connecting with people is just, it's difficult. And you don't want to hurt people. I think maybe in the past you've had to see that you've hurt people, and that you're the problem, and that you have unhealthy issues, right? And these cards are just saying, look, group 3, you are healing. You are getting better from this. You are making strides in this, okay? So don't get too disheartened. Don't get too down on yourself. There are so many people who deal with these problems. There are so many people who have emotional trauma, who have really bad childhoods, or have learned very, very bad habits or patterns, or had very bad examples, and you're trying to, recover from that, or get better. And this is difficult. This is really, really difficult. So don't beat so hard on yourself. Some of these narcissistic patterns or other sort of trauma-related stuff is passed on from generation to generation, and every generation has to do what they can to get better from this. So don't put that all on yourself, okay? If you've had a really, really shitty upbringing or history, maybe you've been abused, and you have to recover from that and learn again slowly healthy ways. It's difficult. Takes time, takes mistakes, takes falling and getting up. And what these cards are telling me is that, look, you want to heal, you are healing. You're getting where you need to go. There is victory here. If you could only see from an eagle point of view, like where you've come and how many strides you've made, you would see that, oh my God, you are totally doing it, right? You're heading the right way, and you need to trust your instinct this way. You are dealing, and this is important, listen, you're fighting a monster inside that you can't see, and that's difficult. You're fighting, there's this huge hole inside of you, an emptiness, and you're working around that, and that takes time, okay? Especially when it's something that you feel and you can't see or hold or explain to people, that's extra difficult. Because, stupid example, let's say your leg got cut off and you have to learn to deal with that. That's something people can see. That's like, hey, or you can see, my leg is cut off, I have to work around that. This is difficult for me. This is something I need to struggle with. But when you have this emotional almost amputation or disability, you can't see it. So you need to remind yourself that, let's say emotionally, your leg got chopped off, and you have to deal with that. Okay, it's a bit of a crude example, but I hope you get me. It's don't underestimate the difficulties you're overcoming, and don't get disheartened that you're not there yet, or that you're still having trouble maybe connecting to people or committing to people, or that when you get close to people you still get really weird and you fuck it up, and you or maybe you feel really special, you feel really close to a person, and then when they get close you don't feel anything at all anymore, and you're still struggling with all that sort of stuff. And you feel like sometimes you're in this dark place where you're I am the vampire, fuck it, I'm the dark side. It's okay, really. coming from where you came from, you're doing great, okay? And you just need to remember that deep down you want to get better from this, and you will keep getting better from this. And your heart is in the right place. You have a good heart. Don't let that dark spot, like become you, because it's not. You are the person that is dealing with that. And I don't know if this helps, but when I was watching Naruto once, or a couple of times, and there's this one part, and it always made me like very emotional, because like Naruto has this monster inside of him, the Nine Tails, right? And when he's learning to be a ninja, he's kind of using that power. So he made this deal inside with his Nine Tails, like, let me use your power. But then, the Nine Tails wants to come out. It wants to consume sort of Naruto. And then his ninja trainer tells him, like, from now on, you can't rely on that power anymore. You can't use that demon's power. You have to use your own power. And Naruto gets really down because, like, I don't think I'm strong enough, like without that power, I may not be enough. And then that trainer tells him, you are, because you are that strong, because you have been fighting that Nine Tails all along. You are the one that is keeping him down. You're that strong. You're so strong, you're keeping this demon down. So don't underestimate your own powers. And that's the same for you, okay? That darkness may be big or strong, but you are stronger because you are controlling it. You're keeping it down. You constantly have been fighting it since you were young, and you've been trying to overcome it and trying to, despite all that, do well and do better and love, And so that's what you need to remember. You're stronger than the darkness inside of you, okay? Count on that. Yeah, maybe I should look up that clip and see if I can put it in. Group 3, I hope this helped. Just look at this picture. Slowly but surely, you're gonna get better. This tree is gonna grow. And what you need to remember as well, is I want to quickly say, is when you come out of a difficult childhood or past or whatever, and oftentimes the first challenge is to find better foundations, find better soil to get rooted in, because that's usually the problem. We're trying to grow in a place that's not conducive for growth, that is bad soil. So you can't grow anything there. So the first big challenge is to find soil where you can grow, find that stability, find that basis, so you can actually start growing. And that usually means you've had to start way from behind, or you had to start again and again, or start over and over and try again. And what this card is telling me for you is, look, you've got good roots now. You've got good soil, and you are holding this plant. Okay, nobody else around you is controlling it anymore. All these factors that used to hold you back or shoot you down or uproot you are gone. You are controlling this now, and that's been a battle all by itself. So don't minimalize that. You've come far and you're doing great. And yes, it seems slow and seems like after all this time you're only still holding this plant, while some people are maybe already trees and stuff. Don't compare yourself to other people. You know where you come from, you know how hard it has been, and you know how strong you are, okay? So don't think that other people could do what you have done, and in the end, this is going to pay off. But you need to know that all this fighting you did until now is gonna pay off, and it's been very important. Breathing. Okay, thank you, Group 3. Thank you, Group 3. It was a nice card reading. I like this. Breathing. Thank you, Group 3. Okay, Group 4. Hey, Group 4, let's look at your cards. I've mixed 4 decks together, because I can. Your first card is your Moon card, Libra. A new romantic cycle begins. New Moon in Libra. Then I have the Chariot card. Lady on a pumpkin, rivers upside down. Pumpkin on a lady. No, sorry. Pumpkin on a lady. Then I have the Emperor. Love this card. Also upside down. Interesting. And then I have Strength, Vine. A lion on a horse. So a new romantic cycle begins. Then the Chariot upside down. And then the Emperor upside down. And then Strength. What is that about? Okay, like the Emperor upside down. It's like a typical dictator card. Somebody misusing their power, abusing their power. Romantic cycle begins. The moon in Libra, but the moon is really dark. It's really dark right now. So I'm thinking, group 4. Have you just come out of a relationship or are ending a relationship or are still dealing with the aftermath of a bad romantic relationship with somebody who... something. This could even be a job. This could even be... Okay. This could be a job you've had or a relationship you've had or anything that kind of left you feeling really broken and weak right now. And makes you feel like you don't have control. Made you feel really, maybe it exhausted you physically. And this is something that I've seen again and again. I've seen in myself, I've seen in my family, and I've seen in patients a lot of the time. You know, you have this special category of called psychosomatic problems, you know, where you have physical ailments and doctors can't really find a solution, or they try stuff, but it keeps coming back. This is what narcissistic relationships will do to you, or vampires, or abusive relationships will do to you. It's so weird. It's like psychologically you think you've got it covered, but your body just starts failing. It's like you get back pains that don't go away, shoulder pains, neck pains, stomach problems, headaches, migraines, all kinds of chronic issues that just start tearing away at you. And it's like slowly, it's taking over your life. And these are all symptoms of an abusive relationship. These are symptoms. Okay, and it's so sad to see people in relationships that keep going to a doctor and they don't realize it's their partner or it's their job that is causing their body to just hurt. All right, and this is usually what happens is our body will... Physical problems oftentimes are manifestations of psychological problems, of our circumstances. And it's so weird how we still don't want to see that. It's like our shoulder starts nagging and it becomes worse and we're getting tingling in our arms and it's like almost we can't use our arm anymore. And it's so weird that's so difficult to then see like, oh, this is because I'm in this relationship. Because it's an illogical connection almost, but it is a manifestation of a chronic pain or tension when you're with a partner or with a job that causes you stress and anxiety or makes you feel attacked or like you have to defend yourself. You're going to constantly be tensing up, putting pressure on your joints, right? And after a while that starts to become a problem, but you become so used to the tension in your body or the stress around you that it becomes almost normal. Because you don't notice it anymore. For you, it's normal to have this constant tension or stress or anxiety, fear or fight or flight response, you know, that it becomes normal. So we kind of adjust to it. And this is like almost our own survival and adaptation becoming our enemy, because you know, like when you're in a very, very stressful, difficult situation, let's say you're in times of war, right? It's useful that we can cope with this stress, that this everyday stress, that we can sort of put ourselves past it and deal with it. But it becomes very, very dangerous when you don't see that it's not normal, that you're in an abnormal situation that you need to get out of. When you're in constant state of war, or in a country that is in war, you can't you can't start saying that it's normal, that this is just the way it is, and we all just have to deal with it. No, because this will start having effects when this goes on. Anyways, it shouldn't be normal. So I feel like you've been in a situation, maybe you still are, where you've had to really hold on. And this has caused your body to give you problems, or it made you very weak, and made you feel like you don't have control, like you don't have power over your body. Because things suddenly are happening to you that you just can't seem to figure out or can't solve. But then a new romantic cycle begins, telling me that you're out of it, and that you've been having to be very strong. But also realize that this is an outside influence. I think you just need to have that final confirmation here that is, yes, this relationship is very bad, and it has been causing you stress, and it has been wearing you down, and it has been making you feel powerless. And it's bad. It's bad. And I think you need to blame the situation or the other person, and realize this, that influence has been that great, and you need to start getting angry at that. I almost feel like, because I think you're still putting too much on yourself. You think like, oh well, like I also did this, and I also made mistakes, and it's probably my own bad habits that got me here, and blah blah blah. No, I think you're being really, really unfair to yourself. It's like, no, the situation you were in has caused you to suffer. We need to get out of this situation. We need to take our CDs and leave. Okay? And that is the bottom, or the final message here is your mental strength is almost causing you harm. It's like you're way too good at dealing with this, or you're way too good at staying psychologically healthy in very difficult conditions, or when you're with a dictator, or when you're somebody who is abusing their power. When you're around somebody who's abusing their power, you're way too good at dealing with that, at not letting it affect you mentally. So you kind of close off, right? You kind of protect yourself. But you need to get out of the situation, because as long as you're in the situation, and I think your mental strength is your enemy here, because it will allow you to stay in a situation way too long when it's not healthy. You're very strong mentally. That's what I'm trying to say. You're very, very strong mentally, and you're very good at dissociating or splitting even. But it's these circumstances, or these people, or this job, or whatever, it still has an effect on you, okay? It's like, because maybe you psychologically you split, but your body's still there, taking all all those attacks, or all that tension, all that stress, and yeah, it's bad. It's bad. You need to get out. You need to. And this is also saying like a new cycle is beginning. Okay, you're coming out of this. You're still recovering from this, and I think you just need to know, like, oh my God, like my body's still recovering from like basically being in a war zone for half a year, and it's bad. And I don't care how strong you are. There's still damage. That's it. Okay, group 4. Yeah, I think we got there. Comment down below about this, because I'm very curious, like what the situation has been for you, and how you've experienced it, and most of all how you're getting out of this, because I think I've just had this sort of situation. This reading was for me, kind of. This was my group. Okay. Thank you, group 4. And I want to say, like, stay strong, but don't stay strong. You know what I mean? Don't put up with. You don't have to be this strong. Like, nobody should be being this strong. You're just like saying, like, oh, I don't want to be this strong anymore. Like, get out of my way. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Let's get out of here. Better times ahead. Thank you, group 4. Okay. Group 5. Let's look at your cards. Oh, I put them down in a different order than the other 4 groups. I've mixed 4 different decks together. This is your first card, 2 of Swords. It's Halfast. I feel like I've seen this card very little. It's bird person, builds towers, provides weapons and ammunition, sends soldiers to appointed places. Then I have 2 of Cups, another 2 from the Red Sonja Tarot. I love these cards. Look at that picture. Then I have the 7 of Wands upside down. This person battling these ghosts upside down. And I have this moon card, waxing crescent moon, have faith in your dreams. Okay. What is this about? Vampires. I'm like in the story of like maybe values you have, or I'm just thinking of a situation where, let's say, like internally you've made a decision in a way of like, look, I'm this kind of person, or I'm not this kind of person, or this is how this is what I feel is right, this is what I feel is wrong, you know? This is how I treat other people, this is how I want other people to treat me. This is how I want to be as a person, or this is how I think love should be, or how anything like that, where you make a decision and you're like, this is sort of what I value, what I think is important. And then there are people who will make you doubt that, who will make you think that the way your ideals or your values are not right, or they'll try to shift that. So, you know what I mean? Like they can, like making their behavior okay, or making you think that your values are wrong, or that I'm just thinking of like when somebody makes you feel like, oh, you're too hard on people, or you expect too much of people, or you are too difficult, you're too needy, they make you feel like you're the problem for having values, or for like wanting respect, let's say, or wanting people to act correct around you, and then it becomes dangerous when these people then pull you into a discussion about it, or into an argument, and then you're arguing like, hey, but I think this is important, and your person's like, well, no, and then you're explaining yourself, and that's dangerous territory, because then they're already pushing your boundaries away, and actually or stepping over your boundaries. And they're making it into a discussion, so then it suddenly feels like this boundary it can be shifted, and that's dangerous. And this card is telling me, don't do that. Don't argue about your beliefs, or even maybe your dreams. Maybe you've decided, and this is important, like, I'm going to become an artist or a singer, or this is what I want for myself. and then somebody else starts to make you feel or make you doubt that or make you feel silly for wanting that, or maybe like, oh, I'm wanting too much, I'm expecting too much, or I'm so silly for wanting these things. So like, who am I to dream about that or to expect that, you know? Like I've even had this where, let's say like, oh, like that's the car I would want to drive. That's my dream car, and then somebody like makes you feel like, well, like, who do you think you are for wanting that? Shouldn't you like to start with a small Kia or like, you know, like a really small secondhand ugly car? That's more where you are, and they make you feel stupid for wanting something more, or for dreaming big, or for thinking like I can have that right now, and then people are making you feel like, oh well, get in line, or you know, who do you think you are for wanting that? That you're greedy, or that you want too much too fast, or you should be working really hard and really long for this. Like, why are you dreaming of these things? It's something like that. And I think even more than, like, forget the whole morals and stuff, but I really think this is about somebody making you feel bad for wanting what you want, or for thinking like, you know what, I want to. That's the quality of life I want, and then somebody's make you think like, well, you know, like, dream on. Don't think that you can just get all these things, and that's not how life works. And then they make you feel small, or make you feel like maybe they're right. Maybe I'm wanting this too fast. Maybe I should, you know, first drive this car, and then maybe, hopefully later, maybe I can get that car. And that's bad. That's bad. Somebody's making you feel like bad for wanting what you want, or for thinking that you can have things, or for dreaming bigger. I'm seeing so many like different scenarios suddenly in these cards. Like, or it could be you're in a relationship and you think like, well, this is sort of the relationship I want, and how I would like my partner to treat me, or something, and then your partner's like, well, you know, like, dream on. That's not how relationships work, and that's not how people work, and you're expecting way too much from other people. And look what you're bringing to the table. Or don't you think that you're stupid for wanting all these things? I don't know. I can't find my words really well, Group 5, but that's where we are. So. Dream on. Don't let people make you feel smaller, or yeah, fuck these people. Jesus Christ. I'm just thinking of different scenarios in my head. It's like also my old boss. Fuck.
Disguises?
Okay, that's it, Group 5. Write in the comments what this situation is for you. Where somebody pushing your morals or dreams or to the background, or making you like, it's almost like somebody's trying to make you like, how do you say that in English? Put you down a peg. I think that's an expression. It's, you know, like, who does this person think he is, dreaming of all this? Like, I'll go make them feel as small as I do. Or somebody managing your expectations so you don't expect too much from them, or something. Yeah, something like this. Oh, having trouble finding my words, but I think I got the point across. Group 5. Thank you for listening. Like, share, subscribe. I offer private readings. Just contact me via email. Pay what you can. I don't really care. If you want a private reading, email me. And see you around in another reading, hopefully. Bye.